I have interpreted a lot of Greek lately, and I've been wrong. And I want to take a moment to talk about like my opinion on what I've been reading, because I really do think I need to stop because like someone's gonna come out and say, well, no, that's wrong. That wasn't a name, and like theoretically, like, not Patel. Like Patel, we found out was the Indian race. Like I think that's still true. Like Inca, I still think that's like the Incan race because it says Racia. Like there's certain things that I believe what I read, and there's certain things I don't. And I have trouble because I have something in my head that knows that I'll forget how certain I was about certain things, trying to change my mind always to try to get me to go change the text back. If I do something, it's like always like, nope, you need to change it back now. Like I will never make a change without like someone coming in my head and saying like, you need to change it back. And like, do I think someone's in my head? I'm 100% certain. And I will never doubt that I have a neural interface in my head. Like when you're 100% certain, you're 100% certain. And that's why I've dedicated my life to trying to figure out like who's doing this, because the way that they're in people's heads is like, these are evil, evil, evil people. Like you will never, ever, ever, ever doubt those people are evil. Like there are some people that like I think they're like that everyone's like going, well, I don't know if that guy's evil, like my judge. Like I like if there's anybody in the world that I feel like he's evil, like it's my judge and my brother. Like my brother's overtly evil. My judge is like sweet, but then he's evil. And so like those are two different types of evil where like you're like so obviously evil, and then there's like the guy who's like, he seems so nice, but like you have no idea how evil that guy actually is. And so the people that are like that control these neural interfaces that have like all the power in the entire world, like they know for a fact the police officer can beat you up while you're handcuffed. He'll have a job. He'll never get fired. 2 years later, we'll have him transport you, I promise. You'll never believe how much we'll make sure that guy is in control of you while you're handcuffed again. Because they know they can. They know they can. They know they can. And like we have to understand that the people that are in people's heads are super freaking evil, and they exist. They are real. And so when I'm going through this book and I make mistakes, you have to understand like they are constantly trying to make me make mistakes. Like you don't understand like how often they'll press now save. Like I hear it in my head. They're like everything I do on the computer, they're orchestrating it. They're trying to orchestrate everything I say. Now save. Because like of course I'll save. That's not bad. But then like I follow their direction, and then now you're going to follow the direction of the next one. Now you're going to follow their direction of the next one. Now you're going to do this. Now your document's ruined. And then you have to undo 5 times. But like I can hear them, and I know their strategy. Their strategy is I think it's important to recognize that we are all in danger from these people that have unlimited money, that have unlimited power, that have like no checks and balances, because they're their checks and balances. Like they're their own checks and balances. Like it's very important to recognize that they are their own checks and balances, because like the system was set up so that everyone would check each other, because like the system doesn't assume that like 100,000 people or like 500,000 people are all like gonna do like some psychopath shit, because they all are part of the same organized crime group. And that organized crime group, you do what you're told. If you're told to murder someone, you murder someone. Because if you're told to rape someone, you rape them. And that sounds so stupid. Because, oh yeah, just tell them to rape them. They do that to make sure that you'll murder someone, to make sure that you can't snitch. Like, you will never understand like gangs until you understand like the reason they have you murder someone is so that you can't snitch on them. Because they will have evidence that will ruin you if you snitch on them. And it's the same thing with like all these people, is like they've got to go rape someone. Like and like we have to understand that that's our society. It's like it's really, really sick people, and those people want to make sure that I can't translate the Bible. And I had a goal. I was gonna like get the Bible to the point that people are like really impressed by the translation by the next time I go to probation, because I was afraid of getting arrested. And that's not going to happen. Like clearly, like the mistake was mine, but like every time I do anything, it's like, well, now we're going to press save, and now do this. Yes, remove that. Yes, remove that. And like they'll start a sentence, but then like they don't actually know what I'm thinking, because they're trying to get me to say what I'm thinking. Like because they don't understand why are you doing that? Like, like I can tell, like behind the scenes, they're going, why is he doing that? Like, we're not sure like what to say to him because we don't even know what he's thinking. Because like I'm just doing it, like I'm feeling it versus thinking it. So they can't 100% read your thoughts, but they can try to figure out your thoughts when you aren't thinking, because not all thoughts are thinking. I saw Vivek Ramaswamy has been praising the Colorado governor and like saying, "Oh, this guy's been doing a great job." Like, what's my perspective on the Colorado governor? There are like probably like 10 people that I know are like disgusting people, and that guy's like the most probably disgusting person. Why? He got chosen to be in charge of Colorado. This is where they send people to do the legal system. It's kind of like the Attorney General of Texas. You think that I don't know that guy's a sick person? He's the Baylor guy? I know he is. He's sick. And so there are some people that like, you know that they could never have that job unless they're sick, because Elon's going to go be under that guy's control. And no one gets that, like, when you're in Texas, like, you're under that guy's control. Like, an attorney general is that important. And so, like, there are certain people that I think we should all be terrified of. And a lot of those people are especially in charge of, like, military type stuff also. So I don't, it's scary. This is a scary situation because these people are in everyone's heads. No one can think. No one is allowed to think. And if they are that concerned about you, they've got someone on you 24/7. Like, or like on you like 8 hours a day when the AI is not on you. And that person's going to be like, well, now press save. Now I'm going to open that file. Now I'm going to do this. Do this, do this, do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Like, they're like constantly trying to think for you when, like, even though it's you thinking, because you're thinking also, but then they want you to not know, to get used to them thinking for you until they get you to do something. And like I said, they're trying to get the neural interfaces to be able to control people's motor skills. They're blood benders. Like, and when I say that, like, they're trying, like, they are, like, I promise they can do it. But how much can they do it? Like, they can get you to jerk your hand, but can they get you to fully control? Can they fully control your motor skills? I know they can't. But like, they can, like, randomly, like, to get you in a car accident or something. And that's like really the goal, is to like make sure they can get you in car accidents and stuff like that. Because like, it is like the best way. If you're an intelligence person, it's the holy grail of assassinations. Like, assassination technologies, like, you can just get them into a head-on collision. Well, from like America, like, all I have to do is like get you in a head-on collision. That sounds like the way to do it. So what's my opinion on Vivek Ramaswamy? Like, number one, he could be in a censorship bubble, like the ultimate censorship bubble, and have no idea what's going on at all. Because Vivek thinks the governor of Colorado is great. No one would ever think the governor of Colorado is great unless they're against me. Because, like, I mean, that guy's, like, insane. Like, that guy's, like, super, super mafia. And if you're super mafia, like, chances are you've done something that, like, if people found out about it, they would want to vomit. The type of stuff that the mafia will have you do to get you trustworthy. Because he is trustworthy. So, Vivek, no one had ever heard of him until what? Somehow he managed to run for president. No one knows how. Vivek's the one person that's allowed to run for president that's not already in the political party. We'll bring in someone who's brown. Trump will hire him after. Because Trump can't just hire Vivek, is like what I actually think was the situation. Like, Trump can't just go find Vivek, the CEO, the billionaire CEO of a company, and just go, like, suddenly hire him. Of course not. Like, Trump needed Vivek to become a person of notoriety, because now we all know Vivek Ramaswamy. Like, we all know he's normal. Like, he's part of our everyday conversation. We all know the ring girl from UFC. Like, who do I think she is? Probably absolutely no one. But I'm just saying, like, we all like the media has the ability to just be like, now you know Vivek. Now you know Haktua. Now you know. No, you will never know that guy. That guy will disappear. Like if we let him. The guy from Trump's media company, which the other guy from Trump's media company, the other person who overthrew the government through the election, is going to be in charge of intelligence in America, which means like I think that they're going to war with my people. Like my people are against you not having an election. We think that we have a real democracy here, and that you're not allowed to overthrow the government, especially if you're a child sex trafficker. And so, like, I think my people are against them. I have a feeling that, like, they will use their positions in the military and intelligence to do bad things to people. I'm not going to say it. It's illegal for me to say anything to FBI. What's he going to say about that? Like, is he going to say something illegal now? We can make this guy disappear for another, like, 10 months. Like, yeah, I mean, this is more than one offense. He's already been in trouble for illegal speech once. All we got to do is get him for illegal speech again. This guy has been offending more than once. Oh man, he's that kind of offender. He keeps committing felonies with his words. Nope, didn't break the law. Didn't break the law. Didn't say something illegal. The last thing I want to mention is Al Jazeera. Do I think Al Jazeera is kind of Jewish? Like sometimes, like I'm like I will never doubt that that's like that company is Jewish, and then and they're faking like they're not. And then sometimes I'm like, well, they sure do care about like the people in Gaza. Like they're the only people that will tell me that like every single person's starving in that country right now. Like, but like if I do, but like the way they tell me is like, I click on something and then I like go 3 stories deep, like to like something that's more like a common, like where like people are commenting versus like an actual story. Because, but like, or if they do say something, it's like very, I mean, clearly they're not on Israel's side because their entire audience is not Israeli. Like their audience is Arab. But like in my experience, the Middle East people in charge can turn out to be Jewish. Like if there's anything that exists, is the country of Egypt that you would never guess has that many freaking Jewish people that are secretly Jewish. Like, I mean, I'm not sure, but it sure feels like it's like that many in Egypt at least. But like, I don't know. Like, do I think this story is silly? Say that the United States is partners with, well, I guess if Ukraine fell right now, like they're actually fighting a war, it would be a blow to American prestige. What did? It would be a blow to Joe's prestige, because Joe has like, I mean, like I've like it is my opinion that the Russians are like partners with the Americans and the Ukrainians to like kill their own citizens to reduce the population, and that these people are clones of like literal demons, which are Egyptian men, Egypt men, and they actually really did like their name demon. Like they're like, oh yeah, we're the demons. I think like the most likely situation is like it's a way of killing the Russians and the Ukrainians to reduce fuel consumption. Because does it reduce fuel consumption when the military kills them for us? Yeah, and it's not our military. Like Joe's the one that's giving them all the weapons, and then it's their own military killing their own people and the other, because they're like working together to kill each other's people to reduce the population, and that way they won't have to use as much fuel on them. That's my opinion, at least.